That's not how the Force works.
I don't care!
Put a ticket in and make her name it gay!
Yeah, I think I remember seeing the movie. There's one scene that sticks out, and it probably sticks out for everybody, which is that, have you heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
G'day guys and welcome back to Casual Rage. Prepare to start the show, R2. This is where the fun begins. G'day guys and welcome to Casual Rage. Casual Rage, where we casually rage out about the topics of the week. Sorry, I realized during the intro that it's been a long time since I've given you the proper welcome to Casual Rage. How you all doing? Yes, we've got a little bit to talk about this week. We've got, well, there was something that I didn't put in the title that I actually forgot about, but then remembered, obviously, which is The Rock. I want to talk a little bit about The Rock. But we've got some Star Wars news, of course, to talk about. They released the cast of the Starfighter movie, which I find absolutely hilarious for so many reasons. None bigger, though, than the fact of the Rey movie. You know what I'm saying? If you understand, you understand. But we'll get to that. We will get to that. We're going to talk a little bit about Xmen. And Mystique, of course, and this Jinx Mansoon. First time I've ever heard of this person. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And then, of course, I want to talk about just the state of basically the movies these days. And not, like, obviously, I've got it in the title as summer box office. I guess for us here in Australia, it's the winter box office. But it gets referred to as the summer box office. And we've also got the Marvel Zombies trailer to check out. So there's a little bit to go over. But how you all doing? I hope you're all doing well. We've had some crazy shit going on over here in Australia in the last, well, it's hard to say, just the last couple of weeks. But yeah, the last couple of weeks have been pretty insane, to be fair. And it's getting really, I keep thinking maybe I should cover it. Maybe because I've got a fair bit to talk about when it comes to what's going on in our country. But this channel isn't really political, but at the same time, like it is just Raging Rhino, which is just me. It's not really like a, you know, at least on the title of it, it's not based on just pop culture, but that's where it has been predominantly based around. But you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy shit right now, and maybe I should just do it as a separate stream or something. I was thinking about just doing a video like on my phone and just recording it and just uploading it everywhere, just to give my thoughts and throw it out there, sort of like my message to Australians, I guess, or how I'm feeling as an Australian. But so disconnected from my country. But yeah, we're not going to get into that on this stream though. What else has been happening? The state of entertainment these days, it's funny. Like I was watching Law Abiding Citizen last night. What a great movie that is, huh? I was watching Law Abiding Citizen last night and I was thinking to myself, fuck, you know, we really haven't had a movie like that in a long time. Like something that's just written well, the basis around the character and everything. Like you don't know that, and his name's Gerard Butler's character. Why is his name now? Like it's right on the tip of my tongue. His character, like you don't really find out that he's this like crazy assassin, like killer dude until like getting closer to the end of the movie. It all starts making sense, and then how it ends, like just the whole story, the way that the way that it's written, the way the characters are done, you know, nobody cared back then that it was like, you know, that you had a black character in it, or it just that wasn't what the premise was based around. It was based around the story and these characters, and that was it. And you know, you think about movies like that, or like another one that's really good, Crimson Tide. And you know, in the current climate of entertainment right now, with the wokeness and all the fucking bullshit that we continually get, and you think about like those high end, if you want to go racial, black and white actors going up against each other in these two roles, fantastic. But it was never, like I said, about that. It was never about their skin color. It was never about actually being able to see myself in the screen or making it for modern audience. It was never like that. It was just telling the story, and telling the story in the best way that it actually made sense. You know what I'm saying? Is the full movie on YouTube, Soul Assassin, for free? If you haven't seen Law Abiding Citizen, watch it. Amazing movie. But yeah, that's what I was thinking last night when I was watching it. You know, we are flooded with a lot of entertainment these days. There's a lot of streaming platforms. There's a lot of shows, a lot of movies that don't even make it to theaters, that are just being put on Netflix and all of these other platforms, all these other places. So we are flooded with a lot of stuff. So it is kind of harder now to find the diamonds in the rough. But the problem is that I guess the amount of diamonds that are in the rough in comparison to the other shit that's around it, the percentages have now been skewed, if that makes sense. Like maybe if you think back then, maybe it was like 1 in 5 was a masterpiece sort of thing, or like an amazing movie, and everybody could, you know, get around it and say that was incredible. Now, like it, and I'm just using this as an example, now it would be something like 1 in 20, if that even. So, diamonds in the shit. That's right, Gabriel Knight. Let's see who we've got here, and let's say hello to the chat. We've got Jordan Star Wars. Force choke the like button and share the stream on all social media platforms. Thanks, everyone. Hail, brother Raging Rhino, and everyone. Hail. Hail. Is that Purist? Is that actually Purist? Like, did he have to now come up with another name? Is that you, Purist? Carly King copyright strike defeated. Still in Rumble perjury. Hashtag free purist. Hashtag free purist, indeed. But is that you, purist? Quinton, how you doing? Gabriel Knight, yes. How you doing? King Chris, good to see you. Firafema, good to see you. The Briscoe, 1, 2, 3, 4. Even. How you doing? Good to see you. We've got the New York, Florida man. How you doing? Mr. Teak. Man, that whole thing, like, I've got something very specific on that. We've got Soul Assassin in the chat. How you doing, Soul Assassin? We've got a few lurkers there as well. And I'm sure a few more people will be coming in because this day was probably one of the worst days for me to change to because there's so many people streaming. Now, being that I pushed it a little bit later in the day, yes, some of those streams have ended, but they're still, Of course, it's not purist. Well, you've got like that. The avatar looks like purist new channel. You know. Darth Bane Sithari 66. What was I talking about? Oh, the Mystique thing. Let's talk about it. Fuck it. I was gonna talk about The Rock first, but let's just talk about the Mystique thing, seeing as it's come up. And it's right on the tip of my tongue in regards to what I want to say about this. So people these days are like, oh, I need to see myself in the character. I need to see myself reflected on screen, right? And that's why we're now getting all the diverse and representation. And you can't play you can't do an Indian voice if you're not an Indian person, you know, Apu with Simpsons, or you can't play a gay character if you're not gay. There was a story out there about a gay actor apparently that wanted I think it was on Ryan's stream. I listen to Ryan a lot, obviously. He's very knowledgeable and he delivers the news in pop culture really well. But I was listening to Ryan and he was talking about how apparently I think there was a gay actor that got given a script for a gay, I think it was a voice acting role, to voice act a gay character. And he was flicking through the script, and he's mentioned to his agent that he wanted to try out for some of these other characters. But apparently they wouldn't let him or something because he's not gay. I mean, he's not straight. So he couldn't play the straight characters because he was gay. And that's the result of their bullshit. You know, you can't play an Indian character if you're not Indian. You can't voice whatever. You can't, you know, play a gay character if you're not gay. You can't play a trans character if you're not trans. All of those sorts of things, which is absolutely ridiculous when you think of something like a really good example is Philadelphia with Tom Hanks. Now, look, he might be gay. You never know. But that's a really good example of just an actor being able to act, you know. And it's funny, if you do something like that now, it's like you're, I don't know. They'd almost take it as you're taking shots at them, picking at them. You know what I mean? Now, in regards to the Mystique thing with trans people, maybe, just maybe, they were able to see themselves in the character of Mystique. For their own, you know, crazy reasons. Maybe they were able to see themselves in Mystique. But that doesn't mean that you just change the character of Mystique to then suit your narratives. You were already able to see yourself in that person, right? Or in that character. Or identify with that character. Resonate with that character. You know, it's kind of like when Joe Rogan asked that guy, like, if they're already feeling like a woman, why put them on puberty blockers? Like, what? Like, they're already feeling that way, so why does that then make them more of that? Like, I think that was a bit of a viral clip that went around. Like, if you already identify with the character, then shouldn't you just be fine with the way the character is? Let's just take a listen to what this Jinx Monsoon, has to say. Oh, I should probably put my headphones on. You know, I was am I still live? I just got a warning. I was about something. No, I'm still live. That's weird. All my glasses are in the dishwasher, so they're not really clean. But I've got some cups that I got from McDonald's when they do those promotions for the McDonald's cups. And this cup, it's obviously been washed a few times. It's made of like aluminium or something, some type of metal. And man, this is colder. I was pouring the drink and it was getting like cold straight away. It's colder than a can. It's really fucking like it's hard to hold because it's that cold. Anyway, here's my pointless story for the day. I don't know why I brought that up. It was just annoying me because I can't fucking grab it properly. All right, let's take a listen to what Jinx Monsoon has to say. Let a trans woman play Mystique. How about we just have a woman play Mystique and she just shapeshifts into the people that she needs to shapeshift into to achieve her goals in whatever it is that you're portraying? How about we just do that? And again, if you resonate with that and resonate with her not being able to blend in with people because of her mutation, then that should just be enough.
Oh, yeah. Marvel now has regained the rights to Xmen. I think it would be a really cool idea to have a trans woman be Mystique. She is my favorite Marvel character.
So, okay. So she's your favorite Marvel character. You've already referred to her as a she, and she's your favorite Marvel character. Why would you want to change your favorite character in something? Why? It was already good enough to be your favorite character. No, I don't think you even know who the character of Mystique actually is. You may have watched some movies, and from those movies, you're like, yes, I see myself in the character of Mystique. But that's the extent of your knowledge when it comes to X-Men, that character. Like, you probably didn't even watch the X-Men movies for like the entertainment value of the X-Men movies. You probably watched them because you're like, oh my God, I need to see what Mystique can do because she's like me. Fucking, they bring a trans Mystique character in and like that she's getting corrected on her like pronouns. She's out there correcting people on her pronouns. Professor X is talking to Storm and some of the other X-Men and says, like, we need to stop Magneto and Mystique. She keeps fucking causing absolute chaos. And then, like, Storm comes in and goes, they. Like, people are just over it now. People are so over this bullshit. And people should be more and more emboldened to just speak the truth over insanity.
Of all time, and I relate to her so much, and I think a lot of trans people do.
I don't disagree. I don't doubt the fact that you probably do resonate with that character so much. Why do you want to change it? You know what's really funny? You know what's really funny about what you're saying right now is that you, the trans community and everything, resonate with that character and like that character the way the character is. And guess what? So do all the other X-Men comic book fans, because that's the way the character is. Mystique is a woman. She wasn't mutated from birth. So, like, this is the thing. Everybody's happy with the way Mystique is, including you. So why change it?
And we think about how...
Oh, look, are you about to cry? Oh my God, that face doesn't look normal. It's like you can almost, you can see the implant in the chin. I got to see how this
will do. And we think about how nice it would be to be able to just blend in and not have everyone pay attention to us if we don't want. And then we...
Fuck off. The fact that you say that you don't want anyone to pay attention to you is absolutely ridiculous too. You would just want to blend in. If you just wanted to blend in, you wouldn't be pushing all this fucking bullshit, would you?
Also relate to the fact that, like, she's not accepted in her original form. So she has to transition to even walk around people. I texted my agent that I was like, I don't know what's going on there, but please start dropping my name.
Oh, yeah.
How do you guys feel about that? Like, how do you guys feel about what it's saying here? He's saying here. How about fuck no? Unsettling. That's interesting that you say that. Because it really is. Really is unsettling. So, I mean, this just sort of goes along the line or the narrative of like the X people thing from years ago. You know, the X-Men name is outdated because there's plenty of women in there. Thank God she's gone. Did she get fired? What was her name again? Chat, come on. What was her name again? I can't even fucking remember now. No. I was about to say Gail Simone. Is that right? But I don't think that's right. Anyway, you know who I'm talking about. Bob Chapek. Victoria Alonso. That's who it was. Sorry. Victoria Alonso. Fuck, man. Do you remember that? Let's see if we can find that. Just as a little reminder. This is the thing. Like, even after Trump and, like, you know, the election and all of this kind of stuff, you know, even I was thinking, okay, good. At least we can start now moving in the right direction, possibly. Sorry. Maybe they'll start moving away from like all the woke crap and everything. Let's see here. Fuck, that's an old video. God. Look, there's my video on it. I really don't want to click on it. People that are going to push the narrative. No, we're not. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. Come on, surely there's just a clip of her saying it. Oh.
Oh my goodness, it's an honor to be here with you.
Thank you.
Congratulations on this night. Now, family dynamic is a huge theme in this movie.
Yes.
What was it like bringing that to life in this film?
You know, it's a new, like you're in a
Did she say
microbiome learn.
it's
So
like
it's always a challenge to get you there, but as long as the story, and yet they do it, that they shouldn't, and yet they do it as a parent through your child.
No, this isn't it. Well, we knew it wasn't it, but this.
Following the shock news that Marvel Studio executive Victoria...
I don't need commentary.
Oh my...
Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to waste any more time looking for it. So, I mean, I guess the thing for me, I was about to say, fucking just do it. Like, you're destroying everything. You may as well just do it. You may as well at this point in time. I mean, isn't Mystique supposed to be in Doomsday? What's up, Alora? How you doing? So yeah, like it's just going to be this to me. Like, obviously they're not announcing it. Like they're not saying yes, we are going to do a trans thing. But it's the fact that it's even starting to be pushed. Because once something like this starts to get out there and starts to build momentum and everything, these retarded studios seem to be like, oh, we need to be more inclusive, and actually then go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? So it annoys me to the point where you can even think that this should be a thing. It annoys me even more that you actually already like this thing. You already apparently like this character, yet you're the only one out there advocating to change this character to suit your ideals more, I guess. But again, it doesn't make any sense to me. It's like when you get those people out there that say that they are massive Star Wars fans, but then, you know, something happens and they then start to shit all over the old stuff, the stuff that apparently that they were massive fans of for years and years and years, just to show why it's okay to make the new stuff shit or anything like that. Like, how does your brain work that way? I don't understand that. I don't understand it. So, like, I'd like to say at this point in time, go ahead and fucking do it. See how it goes. Like, just continue to lose money. Continue to lose money. Speaking of losing money, let's go straight into the summer box office, or for us here in Australia, the winter box office. This is exactly what I was sort of talking about at the beginning of the stream. I mean, we're only half an hour in. It pretty much still is the beginning of the stream. But this is what I was talking about earlier in regards to entertainment has shifted away from, like, I mean, I know people have been talking about it for years now, but it really has moved away or shifted away from actually just telling a story. Telling a story. The importance of so many other things need to be pushed before the story is, the story's like 10th on the list, basically. And I mean, out of these 3 movies that we're going to quickly go over here, which we've been going over for the last, I don't know how many weeks. But these 3 movies, I've seen 2 of them and haven't seen one, and I don't really care to see one. But this is, and I you know me, guys. I don't normally go through the box offices of any, these things. I don't pretend to be an expert in this stuff, but when you've got things like your Marvel, your DC, and some big IPs being pushed out there, I mean, you would argue that other than maybe Batman, no one's bigger than Superman in the DC universe. In the Marvel universe, I'd say, like, yes, Fantastic Four is the first Marvel family, all of that sort of thing. Made Marvel pretty big. And one of the first characters, to be developed, some of the first characters to be developed. And then you've got Jurassic World, another sort of, you could say, big IP that I don't even think should be like this franchise thing, but they've turned it into that. But like I think we were looking at this stuff on Flashcast. Flashcasts have gotten, like, I get so drunk so quickly on Flashcasts that, like, some of it sometimes blacks out. Like, well, not really blacks out. I know that we talked about some stuff, but, like, I can't remember some of the context sometimes. That sounds really bad to say that I black out. I don't black out, but you know what I'm saying. It's hard to remember exactly which stream too. But anyway, we talked about this, I'm pretty sure, and I showed the box office for some of these things. And Fantastic Four, I believe a week ago, was like just under the 500 million mark. Now we're just over the 500 million mark. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. Because, yeah. I think I remember something like 497 seeing, and now it's what, 5. So that's like $11 million that it's made, maybe in a week. That could have happened. But you think about Marvel for a second. You think about the Fantastic Four for a second. These movies really should be way, way bigger than what they're doing right now. Especially with, like, if, let's say, after phase 3 of the MCU, they just continued to tell good stories and it was able to roll into, let's say, something coming up like a Doomsday. If we were at that point, I can tell you now, Fantastic Four would have done way, way better. I mean, it's pretty obvious to say that, but maybe it's not obvious to some people. If the MCU had have continued on the trajectory that they were on, despite how you feel about Endgame or Captain Marvel for that matter, wasn't there supposed to be something different that came in? Weren't they planning on a different movie? And it got shoehorned in there. And that's like when the full-on woke sort of started for the MCU. I mean, it was pretty obvious, but in Endgame with the, women empowerment moment, which I still see people fucking trying to justify to this day. Like, my biggest question is, Spider-Man's there, they grab the gauntlet off him, and she's not alone, and it's just all the women from the entire battlefield. It just happened to be in this spot at the same time. None of them were taken up with any other part of the fight or anything like that. It's just they're there, they're ready to help that, and they have their moment. Now, people want to argue that, they tried to just do a moment like they did in Age of Ultron, when the camera's sort of spinning around and they can't let Ultron touch the thing in the middle, and you just see action shots of the different heroes doing different things. That was everyone. That was the entire team, men, women, everyone. To me, that's different. They were there. They were there to protect it. That's what the mission was. This is completely different. It's funny. The first time I saw that, like I had a friend who had a missus that loved seeing that scene, like loved it, like cheered it. Women empowerment. And that's all they see in that. They like, I don't know. I don't know whether it's just men's brains. It can't be, because I know that there's women out there that fucking hate that scene too. But like, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't add up. And I think I've made this point before. Disney and these current studios have created this problem where things don't make sense, and now you're just finding yourself asking yourself the question, how does that work? Or how does that make sense when this is the case? Or because what the problem is that they're establishing certain aspects, and then as soon as you ask that singular question, like, how did we get here? Or how does this work? Or what happened here? And if you're already knowledgeable about something that's happened previously that changes, like, they just don't care. They don't care. And this is the result of that. You get a Fantastic Four movie that just scrapes over $500 million. And people might want to argue, just scrapes over $500 million? How much did this movie cost? Let's, I know that there's people out there that have, but we never really know the true data, I don't think, unless they are filming in the UK, in which case they have to release the information, right? What am I looking for? Budget. See, even the AI overview. So the AI overview is saying 200 million. And like everywhere I sort of look, it's an exact 200 million. And then like there's a Reddit post here that's saying that 300 million plus, which isn't outside of the realms of possibility, because the amount of times that we're being lied to and they've been exposed for those lies, you can't just say that, no, it's just, it's still just speculation. They've been exposed for those lies in regards to the budgets that they're putting out there, $180 million budgets, and it turns out that it was 320 or whatever, right? But even the AI says, let me drag this over. The 2025 film Fantastic Four First Steps has a production budget of approximately 200 million. This price tag is similar to the recent Marvel Studios films, and would require the movie to gross around $500 million worldwide to break even. Now, let's just take that on face value for a second, because I think the budget's more than that, based on some of the things that I hear out there. And, if it's, let's say it is 200 million, $100 million on marketing, it needs to make, I still think that it would need to make around 600 million to break even. And if you don't understand, like, obviously the studios don't get 100% of the box office. What is it, like 50% of the box office the studio gets? 70%? I can't remember what the equations are. But they're certainly not getting 100% of the box office. So let's say it even needs to make $500 million just to break even. You mean you invested $200 million to make 8? You invested $200 million to make $8 million. Now, obviously, it hasn't completed its run, but it's slowed down so much that, let's say it was last week that I said that it was we made $11 million in a week. So even if, let's say, you were to run this for, let's say, 4 more weeks, $550 million. So you invested $200 million to make $50 million. And I don't even think that you're breaking even at the 550 mark. Or maybe you are breaking. I reckon you still need to make a little bit more, though, than the 500 to break even. Because even though, like, these are the figures that we see, right? Like I said, there's this Reddit post here that's saying 300 million plus. Everyone's just reporting that exact $200 million production cost. So if we take that on face value, you're not investing you certainly don't want to just be investing $200 million to make $8 million. As an investor, you're not happy with that. Are you? That's such a low return on investment with such a high risk as well. A massively high risk right now with Marvel and any of these movies. But then you could argue the same thing for Superman. Superman, its run has slowed right down, and that's only sitting at $612 million. What was Superman's budget? Apparently $225 million. Apparently $350 million. So it needs $700 million apparently to break even. This is based on the AI. $700 million to be profitable. Well, you're always basically doubling, aren't you? Because of how much they need to dish out. So if it needs to make 700 million, sitting at 612 million, and like, does it give you? Not on this. It's just areas. I wanted to see if we could see how much it made in the last week. Like, what was it last week? Anyway, even if, let's say, that's doing the same thing, $11 million a week. And what? It goes for another month. Which I don't even think it's going to go that long if it's only making $11 million a week. That's almost costing them more money to leave it in theaters than what they're making out of it being in theaters. They're better off just putting it on streaming at that point in time. Which I believe they already did, though, with Superman. So Superman's run's pretty much done, right? Because they wanted to put it on streaming early so that people could watch Peacemaker. Isn't that right? Which is so stupid, being that you've gone from like this childish version of Superman or childish version of Superman's world, almost a cartoon version of Superman's world in live action, to an R-rated TV show with male full frontal nudity and orgies. So we're going for and James Gunn comes out and says how important Peacemaker actually is. I wonder if anyone in the chat actually watching Peacemaker? And if you are, have you seen any sort of really relevant points to the main story of the DC universe, which I don't even really know what the main story of the DC universe is, to be fair. So that looks like Superman of all fucking movies is going to lose money. Fucking Fantastic Four's, okay, if we're going off face value, it's made $8 million. If we're taking what we've read and what we've seen and what's being reported as the truth, which we know that it usually never is, because they're always hiding shit, then Fantastic Four is actually more profitable than Superman. The crazy thing for me is that I actually think that Fantastic Four is a slightly better movie than Superman, just as a movie in regards to telling a story, a plot, a beginning, a middle, and an end. I don't know what the beginning, middle, and end is when it comes to Superman. I really don't. But it looks like Superman's going to lose money. And then you got Jurassic World, which is sitting at $856 million worldwide, which I don't even know if that's really a good thing or a bad thing. It probably, let's see what the budget is for that. Jesus. I hate this between 180 million and 225 million. So apparently, though, well, you know, that can't be right. That can't be right. Because, okay, let's say, take away the $180 million margin for budget for a second. And let's say it's the 225. Well, fuck. Superman was 225 and that needs to make fucking $700 million to break even. Are you telling me that if it's only, what, 45, basically $50 million less, you can make $250 million less? I don't buy that answer. I don't buy that answer. But let's just say, even if it is, let's say at the that high end, and it did need to make 700 million, it's made more money than all of them. And apparently it's not a great movie at all. I watched the last Jurassic World movie, the one that they brought back the original cast for. I didn't like it. It was nice to see those characters reunited and everything. Disney Star Wars. It was nice to see them all together, and, you know, the chemistry, I feel like, was sort of still there a little bit. So there was a bit of nostalgia in it. But overall, it was a pretty shitty movie. The movie before that, I don't think I saw. Unless that's the one where they were auctioning off the dinosaurs at the end of it. In which case I did see it, which I hated. And the first Jurassic World movie, it was fine because it was basically the premise of the original movie. It's just that the park was established, as opposed to them getting professionals in to come and have a look and, you know, seeing if this is a viable park, which is sort of like what the first one's about, right? But this is like, these were supposed to be the big hits, the blockbusters, right? For this year. And it seems to be the smaller, more independent movies and things like that that are actually smoking these fucking, like, apparently Primitive War is a better movie than this. And what was the budget for Primitive War? $6 to $7 million. $6 to $7 million. What's its box office? Nearly $100 million. That's huge. That's huge for them. Well done. No, I haven't seen it. But, like, I'd probably be more inclined to watch Primitive War over the Jurassic World movie. And the Jurassic World movie's got this massive conglomerate of advertising and everything that they can put behind it, which they do. But in the result of them doing that, it makes fuck all money. I mean, let's be fair. Even just looking at this, if, let's say, I'm going to go off the high end because I never think that they're telling us the truth. I don't think it was only $180 million for this movie. I haven't seen it, but I certainly don't think it was only $180 million. Let's go off the $225 million mark and say that it needed to make $700 million to break even. You still don't invest $225 million to make $156 million. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a way better return on investment than either of these two. I mean, this one's still in the negative based on how I see it. And this one, if they were telling the truth, which I don't think they are, so at this point in time, it's still a loss. But off face value, they've made $8 million and invested $200 million to make $8 million. People don't care anymore. You've pushed them away so much to the point where even last week we were talking about fucking Disney. Oh, we want to find our male audience. No, you had the male audience. You bought male IPs. You did that for that reason. And guess what? You fucked it up. Sorry, I did see super chats. So Derek asks, so for $2, Derek Lopez, how you doing? I've never seen Superman 2025. Should I watch? I have to say this. So Superman, it's not... I will say, the more I think about Superman 2025, the lower it gets on the scale, to be honest with you. It's still, to me, just a mid-movie, but it's on the bad side of mid, hence why it gets the 4. I started at 4.5 because I wanted to be a little bit nicer to it because I didn't think it was, like, completely horrible. But then the more I thought about it, it's not good. It's a 4. But this is the thing with it. Is something like that, like, speak to Tom about it. Tom would tell you to watch it because he loves it. And that's fine. That's on him. If he likes it, he likes it. Right? You know, and I say the same thing about Fantastic Four, though. Fantastic Four is a mid-movie. The only reason why it goes in the positive end of mid is because, and to me, that's actually, I gave it a 6, I think, originally. It's actually come down to a 5.5. But, it's in the positive end of mid because it does have that. It's almost like just a cohesive storyline through it, a cohesive plot through it. Whereas I don't feel the same way with Star Wars. Star Wars feels very messy and choppy to me. People might disagree. So if look, for me, I wouldn't waste my time. My advice is don't waste your time with it. But I feel like it's going to be important to watch and know with whatever it is, however it is that they move forward with the DCU. So if you're interested in keeping up to date with, I guess, what they're doing with it, it's just, I don't know. You know, if this was Star Wars and I hadn't been watching anything and I had to ask somebody the question, should I watch this? You know, I'm hearing mixed things about it. Should I watch it? Straight off the bat, I'd be like, no, don't waste your time. So that has to be my answer for this. I wouldn't waste your time. You could almost watch like somebody's good review of it, like you know, somebody like I don't know, watch a few people as well, like Gary, Drinker, Mauler, some of the smaller people out there. Like I didn't do a review on it. You know, even Flash, he enjoyed it. He'd tell you to go and watch it. He would. So it's hard, you know. It's hard. I don't know whether or not you'd like it or not. You might watch it and you might think it's fucking great. The one thing that I will say about it, and I hate that this is a premise for whether or not something can be good or not, but it's the truth. It's not really woke. I'd say, actually, there's more wokeness in Fantastic Four than there is in Superman. And it's more like women empowerment shit in Fantastic Four. Because in all honesty, Sue Storm, Invisible Girl, Invisible Woman, shouldn't be able to essentially take down Galactus the way that she did so easily. Galactus should have just fucking clapped his hands or something. And we had SWA drop 5 gifted memberships. Thank you to all the members out there. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. I know we don't do a lot on the channel. I hope you get enough entertainment out of the streams. I would like to bring back doing videos again, and I'm sort of thinking on it. And of course, when we do get some Star Wars stuff coming, I'm not going to stop covering that. I'm not going to stop doing that. We're going to continue to show how much Disney doesn't understand Star Wars. So thank you, SWA, and thank you to Derek. I appreciate you. Appreciate the super chats. Appreciate the support. Rono needs to watch some Stargate SG-1. You know, I need to do stuff for members. I need, like, obviously you've got access to the emojis. And I really should do like a member only something just for the support that I do get. And maybe it should be a Stargate thing. It's so, like, I just got to the end of season 6 with my mate. It's so much to get through. And this is my 4th watch through from beginning to end. You know, maybe a Stargate Atlantis, or what's the other one? The other one I haven't watched at all. Atlantis, I've watched like, I think it's 4 seasons. I think I've watched 2 of them. And that wasn't bad. Certainly wasn't the worst. King Chris with the Charles emojis. Yeah. Anyway, think on that. But yeah, Stargate. fuck, man. Some of my favorite episodes of Stargate are after Daniel's ascended and he helps people. He helps people individually. Like he helped Jack when he was being tortured by Ball. He helped Teal'c when he almost died trying to save what's his name? It's on the tip of my tongue now. His mentor. Oh my God, I've blanked on his name. And it's like, the thing is I thought about it and it was sort of right there. And then it just like slipped away. And as soon as somebody says it in the chat, Anyway, Daniel shows up to help Teal'c with that, or through those dreams and everything that he was having, which was crazy good. And then Braytac. I don't even know if somebody said it in the chat. It just hit me in the brain. Braytac. He's saving Braytac and fucking Daniel helps him through that. And then the end of season 6. I got to say, like, yes, there are some really good episodes in there. And I did say last week, I agreed with Mudcrab that the Mirror episode was one of the best. And it is one of the best. But I got to say, it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. One of my favorites is the one where Daniel helps Jack when he's being tortured by Ball. And that's so dicey because nobody really knows where Jack is, because he had the Tok'ra go into him. The Tok'ra basically took over his body without his allowing or knowledge and fucking did basically what a Gould would do. But it was to save a girl, to save the love of his life. Man, like that episode is so good, and I love Daniel's part in that. But the season finale for season 6, where Daniel goes up against what's his name, the Gould / fucking ancient. Now I'm forgetting his name. That might pop to me in a second. But like he goes to go up against him and Omar or the others actually stop him and basically fucking, I want to say Apophis, but I know it's not Apophis, destroys Abydos. It's not Apophis. It's not Apophis. It's got like the smoky face. Oh, man. Anyway, and Daniel in that episode is so good. So good. This is the thing. Like, my favorite character is Jack. I think he's great, right? But, like, you take Daniel out of this, you take Teal'c out of this, and even after Daniel ascends and you get Jonas Quinn, you know, at first you're kind of like, oh, I don't know about Jonas, and he grows on you. But then when they do take him away again and he brings Daniel back, it's like you almost like want Jonas back. Anyway, it's so good. It's so well written. But that's true what I'm talking about in regards to entertainment these days, right? You don't get fucking shows like Stargate SG-1 anymore. You really don't. You really don't. Where were you at the Melbourne protest? Dude, I was thinking about going. And obviously I had Flashcast. And it's not to say that I couldn't have just said, Flash, I'm sorry, I can't make it. I want to go to this thing. But I really do. The next time something gets organized, based on how I saw our media cover that thing, I will be at the next one. It made me sick to my stomach. Made me sick to my fucking stomach. Seeing the way the politicians talked about it made me sick. Made me sick. That'd be cool. Meet Avi. Say hello. Dude, he never acknowledges anyone. Don't worry. Flash is all right. Anubis. That's it. That was the one. Anubis. Thank you. And that's why he's able to use ancient technology on Thor and stuff. Yeah, well, I'm telling you now, like, our country at this point in time has fallen. Australia has fallen. I don't want to get into it. Sorry, big phrase. I don't really want to get into it on this stream. I don't want to get into a politics stuff. And I probably should do something just to at least get my voice out there and get myself heard. And just that I stand with all of those people that were at that thing. Not the neo-Nazis, which I think is a psyop, by the way. I'm so like... And I think... honestly, I think Australia's headed for its first civil war. And it keeps going the way it's going. Anyway, let's not get into that. I'm sorry. I don't really want to get into it right now. And it brings my mood down so much. I get so angry about it. Let's move on. Let's move on to The Rock really quickly. The Rock. Welcome to The Rock. Victoria won't win. Dude, I think you're right. Victoria's so fucked. So fucked. All right, let's talk about The Rock. Let's talk about The Rock. No, it's all good. I don't mind talking about it. I really don't. And I don't mind getting angry about it, frustrated about it, and speaking my mind and all of that sort of thing. This just isn't the show for it. This just isn't the show for it. But yeah. The People's Eyebrow. Yes, The Rock. So people are starting to ask now, like, what has happened to The Rock after he made a public appearance at something? I don't really know. Now, I do want to, obviously people are saying, like, look at him. He looks really skinny and stuff. Obviously doing a side-by-side with a picture that he's just taken where he's just got this massive amount of muscle pump from doing a workout, I think it's a little disingenuous to say, look how much different he looks, you know, and obviously having full pants on and stuff, he's still got pretty big legs and stuff. But I can't deny that I've noticed it just in the video that I saw, which we are going to watch, and these still shot pictures, for some reason, celebrities get to a point where it looks like their soul has been sucked out of them. And they stop acting like just the normal individual human being that they were. I don't know if it's just me, but that's what I see with The Rock here. Now, yes, there is also the fact that once a wrestler sort of retires or whatever, their bodies start to change. Now, I have no doubt that there's roids involved and other aspects to it as well, right? But just looking at The Rock's face in this picture is kind of scary. Like, it's just something about it where, and it's not just in the pictures that we see. Obviously, you've got Batista. I don't know what the fuck happened to him, man. But this is what I mean about their soul being sucked out. Like, he looks like just a normal dude. Maybe, like, when I say normal, he's obviously huge. He's probably on the roids too, right? But even the way they talk, the way they interact, I don't know what The Rock's social media has been like recently, but, you know, I used to see a lot of clips here and there, The Rock, you know, promoting his tequila or, you know, just doing a video on his social media. I don't know whether or not he's still doing that. He might be, but I used to see them just in passing on social media, and I don't really see them anymore. And from both of these, like Batista and The Rock, when they were like this and just, you know, doing videos, or like, I guess not so much Batista, but even when you did see him, you know, as a wrestler talking to fans, like, just seem like normal people. And now, like, what is this? What is this? Something happens where these people lose their souls. They lose the ability to make their own decisions, and they're now controlled by someone. I swear. Something's happened. Did you go into some room and do some fucking dark ritual where you sell your soul to the devil for something? I don't know. But this is the video. I don't know whether or not there's actually any audio or not, but just in case. Now, they do zoom in on some of the moments where, like, he starts looking a bit weird or starts looking strange or whatever. It looks like AI Roka. Yuck. Oh, yikes, I should say. Let's see. Need the music, do we? It's something in the eyes, guys. It's something in the eyes. Are you saying that this video is AI? Or AI? I don't know what you're saying there, Blake. Even the way he's walking, I don't know. It almost doesn't even seem like The Rock. Like, even just the way he's, like, looking around, like, I'm sorry. There is something different about him in this video. Now, I don't know where the fame and the money and the rock and roll of it all goes to their heads to the point where this is what they turn into. Whether or not something actually does happen that changes these people. I don't know. Maybe it's a lifetime of doing roids. Maybe it's a lifetime of doing, you know, some of the dicey things that you've been doing that now it's catching up on you and you're now going actually crazy or like, I don't know. I don't know. But to me, it just seems that there's something strange in the neighborhood. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. I don't know. This last bit for me, like, just when he walks to the side and he's looking around here, like, this whole sequence, like, look at the eyes. Like, the eyes just, it's scary to me. What is he doing there? I don't know. I mean, look, it could just be some bad lighting in this room that has made him look weird. But nobody else in this entire video looks strange. Like, she looks fine. In fact, she looks fine. He looks fine. This dude seems to look pretty normal. The ladies behind him look, I guess, normal. I don't know. It was just something, obviously, that came up. And people are asking what happened to The Rock. Let's just see. Let me check something really quickly. Okay, so there is a movie I believe that he's working on that where he's a wrestler or something. Smashing Machine, I think it's called. So that was his last post 5 days ago on Instagram. This is. Then it's just some. I'll just show you here. So there, I probably could have brought it up on the actual thing, but that was a week ago. And then there's a picture of his dad that was on the 26th of August. The 26th, just that. Like, I must admit, I haven't. Here we go.
Let's get straight to it. I need to know the secret. How?
Okay, so he's just. Is it a Rock product that he's asking a question about and the Rock's reviewing or whatever? I must admit his traps look a lot smaller than they have ever looked. Not too many videos of the Rock actually like on camera talking like it used to be. Yeah, just. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see what his next post is. Like, we'll have a look next week. Like 5 days ago was his last post, and it was just a little couple of pictures for his upcoming movie that's going to make no money. The Rock tried to make himself a superstar. And yeah, well, for a little while, people were just interested in going to see The Rock in movies. That sentiment or that desire has died down completely. Nobody cares anymore, The Rock. Nobody cares anymore, Dwayne. And especially after some of the things that have happened in the last, I guess, 5 years. Like, remember the fires? Remember the fires and him and fucking Oprah or whatever? These people destroy their own legacies just by opening their mouths. And then as a role model, people start looking at him now. You know, I'm sure that there were gym junkies out there. I don't know if that's a good term or not, but, you know, people that like going to the gym, he inspired them to get healthy, inspired them to look big and all of this kind of stuff. And then you see something like this and you're kind of like, I don't know, maybe you should be taking some of your own advice there, Rock. Maybe you should just take a step back and look at yourself in the mirror for a second. Are you still on that same journey? Are you still on that same path? Or have you sold your soul to the devil? And it's funny, too, that it seems to be the Democrats out there, which is most of Hollywood, obviously, that start actually losing their souls. They lose their identities. Look at Rosie O'Donnell. Look at Mark Hamill. Look at Mark Ruffalo. Look at The Rock. Look at fucking Dave Bautista. Look at these people. Look at fucking Elliot Page. Look at them. Look at what they were. Look at what they looked like and what they were when they were normal. Maybe when they were breaking into the industry because they were normal fucking people. And look at what they've turned into. Look at what they are now. Is that a role model? Is that something to aspire to be? A sellout? of the biggest thing in your entire life, your soul. For what? For what? Is this movie that The Rock is even doing going to be in theaters, or is it just a streaming movie? Does anybody actually know? I can't even remember what it's called now. I don't even really care what it's called now. We just want some entertainment back. We want something that we can escape from the fucking misery of fucking this real world crap. And all we seem to get in our entertainment these days is real world allegories and crap. There's no escapism anymore. Can't escape from fucking shit. You know, the craziest thing too is that it's even infiltrated like your video games and stuff like that. If you remember Az's rant, and you know, it's been infiltrating the video games, and fucking there's that new game that apparently is in development or coming out or out further north or going north or Journey North or whatever it is. And it's all about just being an immigrant crossing the border illegally and fucking shit up. I don't know. That's the game. That's propaganda. But you know, the only way now that you can actually get any form of escapism through entertainment is by playing a racing game or FIFA, or because and even those, I think, are now like, I don't know whether do they in FIFA, do you get Pride Week? Where, you know, they do special jumpers for everyone in rainbow colors. You get the socks, rainbow socks. It wouldn't surprise me if they've already started doing that. And it wouldn't surprise me if they start doing that. But the only way that I can see right now to get away from any of the pronoun shit, any of the bullshit, real world bullshit, is to go to like a sports type of game. Fucking Rocket League. You can't even escape from it in Fortnite. And then everything else, even if it's not woke, just doesn't have a fucking story. Because nobody knows how to tell stories anymore. Like fucking Black Ops 7. Which I heard, which is crazy to me, but I heard that apparently Black Ops 7 has already outsold Battlefield 6 in pre-sales. That is an easy fix. That is an easy fix. Fortnite? Yeah, Fortnite goes through its little fucking programs of, you know, different controversial stuff. Skins and this and that. I don't think it's necessarily as in your face as something like, I don't know, your Last of Us. Yeah. Well, that seems to be the best bet these days. It's kind of like me last night watching Law Abiding Citizen. Tell you what, I would probably rather watch that again than watch some of the crap that's out right now. You know, this is where it's actually really funny. When you're watching modern TV or modern movies in this day and age, you can pretty much sit on your phone and do stuff on your phone while watching it, even if it's watching it for the very first time. Try doing that with something like a movie like Law Abiding Citizen. Try sitting on your phone and pay attention to the movie of Law Abiding Citizen while on your phone. Compared to the new Superman. No, actually, I would want to take it out of the superhero, which is hard to do. Try being on your phone while watching The Departed. And that's even after watching it before. Like, try re-watching The Departed while on your phone, as opposed to, I don't know, nearly anything these days. Almost anything these days. War of the Worlds, that new War of the Worlds movie. The amount of attention that you'll start putting on your phone while watching War of the Worlds is that you'll start ignoring the movie. Whereas you could be on your phone, you could be fully entrenched in something, and you'll put on something like Law Abiding Citizen, and you've got to put the phone down because you've got to pay attention. It's that engaging. It's that intriguing. Even when you already know what's going to happen, it's still really intriguing. We've gone through the box office stuff. Let me get rid of that. Oh, no shit. Is that not the whiniest fucking meow you've ever fucking heard? It drags. Meow. He's not even looking at me. He's just looking down. Meow. I'll have to feed him, I think. Just to shut him up. No, it's not Charles this time. It's Eric. It's always Eric. Eric's always the food guy. Eric's always the food guy. Charles never complains for food, ever. He complains for water, though. He complains for water. I thought that was a baby. Yeah, that's how whiny it is. All right, I'm going to fucking feed him. I'll be right back. And then we're going to talk about, we got some Star Wars news to talk about. We still have the Marvel Zombies trailer, which dropped. So hang around. I'll just be like a minute or two. I'll give you a little clip. What are we going to play here? I keep saying it. I got to get some new clips. There is the Mozza fighting, which is always fun. Always fun. All right, I'll be back in just a sec, guys. Sorry. Listen to that. All right, I'll be back.
Oh, Mozza, read that.
So
Mozza, don't let the American bitch.
Did you just fart?
Yes, I did. Tell you what to do.
I think it's bedtime, Mozza.
Question mark.
I think it's bedtime for Mozza.
You pushed so far.
That's the type of videos that we watch on fucking Happy Hump Day.
I gotta pee. Oh my god.
Makes me fucking laugh every time. Let me give you. Hold on. I'll be just another minute. Fuck.
I said Lyndon would go to the tree and do some ASMR for you, Lethal. In your honor.
I'm so
and then
sorry. He'd be hugging that tree. And then he'd be punching it and slapping it, going, "You took my friend." You Kicking it. How dare you?
That would be you, Rhino.
Nah.
Boy.
I'd be there going, why? Fuck you, Disney! Why? Almost there.
R4. Prepare to jettison the spare part canisters. Red 2, standing by.
Red 11, standing by.
Red 5 standing by.
Anakin, Chancellor Palpatine is evil! From my point of view, the Jedi are evil! Well, then you are lost!
Well, then you are lost. Cheers. All right. One more.
They came bounding over.
Fuck off! Disney! You fucking cunt!
You fucking cunts. All right. Yep. All right. Let's get into some of the Star Wars news. Once again, there's not a lot. It's so funny. The Star Wars Vision announcement last week, it's coming up. That's the last thing you see of it. I think because no one really, really, really cares, to be fair. No one really cares about Visions. And once again, Star Wars has done this to themselves. They've lost I hate to say it because there shouldn't have been, but they lost any momentum that they had from Andor. There shouldn't have been any momentum from Andor, but if they did have any momentum from Andor, it's all done. It's gone. And this is them. I can't remember what I was saying. Sorry, I got distracted because Charles made a really, really strange noise. Yeah. And then he'll tell me that he feels the hydration leaving his body. All right, let me bring this shit up. So we got a new look at the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. So just some still shots from it. So what do they bring in? Let's do this in a different tab. So you've got Grogu using the Force on something at a dinner table again, wanting food, which is just like I don't know. It's a meme for that, right? No, you can't have it. So that must be from the same thing. It's the same table. That kind of looks like it could be the same dish. Wow. Grogu's going to use the Force to get some food. Cool. AT-ATs. Can we... I don't know what that is. Anyway. AT-ATs, okay. That's, I guess, no problem. When's this supposed to take place? It'd be before the First Order, surely. We've seen that in one of the trailers or something. Obviously not Jabba, but Jabba's kid, we're led to believe. Rada the Hutt. Look, R4, everyone. Zeb, Yeah, okay. Mando walking through a bar. Okay. Oh, Grogu on Mando's shoulder. And look, it's just cuteness on a screen. Cool. Mando. Okay, so this is what we got. We got Mando in a restaurant. Grogu trying to use the Force. Rat of the Hutt cheering, which we've already seen that image before. AT-ATs. Mando in a bar. Mando walking in a bar. Mando walking in the street with Zeb and Grogu. Nostalgia and cuteness and Grogu and the, you know, what are they called again? I don't even fucking know, and who cares? And Mando in a bar. Mando in a bar. Mando in a bar. Cafe. Little different. This is the first look images. Like, I just don't see what's going to happen with this movie. I don't. Cute, you mean retarded? Yeah, basically. That's what they're going for, is what I'm trying to say, really. Yeah, who doesn't hate fucking Grogu? So, anyway, that's it. That's it. Hang on one second. Did we get an official Mandalorian and Grogu trailer? We had.
Welcome.
I don't know if I'm going to be allowed to play this or not. So we haven't even had an official trailer. We got still shots. We've got an announcement of a release date. And apparently it's done, but still no like lead up, no trailer, nothing really yet. These are some of the things that like they show at like Comic-Cons and Star Wars celebrations and stuff like that.
Walker 3 is gone.
Send everybody.
Understood. Prepare to engage.
Oh, that's right. They have to give him a hallway scene. That's right. I remember seeing this now. They had to give him a hallway scene. And I gotta ask, isn't the AT-AT alarm different? This is the same alarm that you get on the... Hang on one second. Now I need to check something. No, that's... Sorry. Hang on. All right, let's just take a look at this really quickly. So that's what the AT-AT is supposed to be. Hang on, let's just go back to the AT-AT because I'm pretty sure that this is on an AT-AT, is it not?
Walker 3 is gone.
An AT. Yes, it is an AT-AT uniform. The troopers are being dropped in off the AT-AT. This is an AT-AT transport.
Send everybody.
Understood. Prepare to engage.
No, you know what that alarm is? That alarm is from the Tantive 4. It's the same alarm from the Tantive 4. Let's see if they actually bring that up in this. That's the AT alarm. See, to me, that's how much they don't know. There it is. All right, listen to that. Same alarm. They've used a rebel alarm on an Imperial AT-AT. Now, look, you might sit there and think, oh, what a fucking nitpick. What a fucking nitpick. That's not a nitpick. That's lore. Fucking, the people are going to fucking clip that or whatever. But it's the fucking lore of the universe. Established. I picked it as soon as I fucking heard it. I said, that doesn't sound right. They did. They fucking idiots, man. You know, the thing is like, no matter what he does, he's safe. Like he's got the blaster proof and the saber proof armor. And the Shills will just sit there and clap and laugh and, you know, smile and cheer and everything. Despite the fact that they call themselves these hardcore Star Wars fans. And then yet, you know, if you, let's say they fucked up the alarm system, they'd be like, who cares? Well, fucking fans care. I care. And I'm a Star Wars fan. Should mean something. Someone. And to me, that's such a bullshit fucking scene. He can get through there, but there's been so much in The Mandalorian. Well, that takes any doubt out that it was an AT-AT and that they put the wrong sound on the AT-AT.
Very messy.
Okay, so they promote this as I didn't remember seeing this, but okay, so in that trailer, now it is a leaked trailer, so it's not officially, let's say, out there, not that I could find anyway. So yeah, technically these are new images released by Disney, but it's already out there. So in this trailer so far, we've already seen this and this. And, sorry, this, or at least a part of this. I can't believe they're giving back the Razor Crest. How are they going to explain that? How are they going to explain that? What happened to his Naboo starfighter? How are they going to explain it? Bo-Katan gave him one. She found one and gave it to him. Or she gave it to him.
You work for us.
There you go. That image.
We need you.
Oh, there you go. That image. And that's basically a part of, I'm guessing, this as well. Human, Peter Bike, Star Wars. AT-AT. Oh, well, there you go. There's that exact image, this one. So that's a speeder bike that I couldn't make out what it was.
And this is Grogu.
Oh, Oh, wow. He destroyed a mouse droid. Was the mouse droid equipped with blasters, was it? It's not what mouse droids are for, but I don't know why he would bother destroying a mouse droid. Funny. Oh, no, hang on. And we get the last image. There you go. The only one that we didn't get was that. Not that I remember seeing. Oh, but they're basically the equivalent shot in regards to what they're going for. All new images, huh? All new images. I mean, technically, this is what I mean. And what exactly the same thing that I've been talking about for so fucking long now is they're recycling stories. They're recycling news. They're recycling stuff just to keep Star Wars on the tip of people's tongues, ready for when they're ready to launch the next massive campaign of Star Wars shows, movies, and crap. So they've obviously come out with a new, I don't know why they continue insisting on doing this. They've changed so much in regards to these characters that they still continue to try and feed off, I guess, the EU and the nostalgia of the movies and what we know about characters and stuff like that. So they basically come out with this new book. What is it called? Masters of Evil or Master of Evil. Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine discuss
Yeah, I think I remember seeing the movie. There's one scene that sticks out, and it probably sticks out for everybody, which is that, have you heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Darth Plagueis. Discuss Darth Plagueis in the upcoming novel Master of Evil. Now, I read this, and when I saw these two images, credit to Star Wars Holocron, I thought when I was going to read through this that it was going to reference something to do with us seeing Plagueis in the Acolyte to try and tie it in and make it sort of make sense and everything. And nothing that I read in any of this actually links to it. So credit to them for basically trolling me to want to sort of bring this up. But I also do find it funny how they sort of have written Palpatine and the way he talks. Because yes, he does talk like this, but I don't know whether or not it would be this consistent. Especially with the were you not and is it not? So I read this and I go, man, you are just playing on the fucking so heavily on the, what's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of like the way somebody talks, the deflections in the way people talk and the way that they, there's a specific word for it, but I actually watched a video the other day where apparently AI is trying to eliminate a massive amount of nouns from our language. And it got me thinking, I do feel like I'm getting stupider. So, you were enamored with the story, were you not? Asked the Emperor. The tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise. Oh, yes. The dark side has the power to hold back death, even to venture beyond it. He stepped closer to Vader, pointing one gnarled, I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, finger at him. That is what you want to know, is it not? The secrets that lie beyond. You think they will allow you to be reunited with her? Do you not? You think they will allow you to be reunited with her? Do you not? man, I need more context for this conversation. But it's just like, I don't know. I would need to like read probably something like, I just don't remember in like even something like Darth Vader, the Rise of Darth Vader. In that book, the one after Revenge of the Sith, in any dialogue that takes place, there are enunciations like that Palpatine has, sorry. But the way that they do that in this conversation, I don't know. It seems too much to me. Way too much. But anyway, like I said, with the way that Star Wars Holocron put this together, I thought that they were going to reference something from The Acolyte, but they didn't. It's basically just Vader. I'd like to know when this actually takes place. Let's just do a quick search here. What's it called? Master of Evil. Yeah. Timeline. Let's see. Yeah, November 2025. Good. Oh, God. Oh, my God, no. It's definitely canon. Thank you for that. It's basically it's basically going to take place. Where did I see it? 19 BBY and 12 BBY. Oh no. Oh no. This takes place around the time that Rise of Darth Vader takes place. This book is designed to retcon the Rise of Darth Vader. But it says between 19 BBY and 12 BBY. The great thing about that book is, like, the Rise of Darth Vader, is that, like, it literally takes place, it's like an isolated story that takes place within like a year. And concurrently running with that book is the Obi-Wan Kenobi novel, which is fantastic that those two books run is basically exactly the same time. So you've got Obi-Wan's story over here and him finding out that Vader's still alive at the end of that. And Vader's story over here. But this, wow, this is designed to retcon the Rise of Darth Vader. Well, there you go. Let's get into just some of the Star Wars Starfighter news. So basically, they're just stating in this that Starfighter is canon. Who didn't think that they were going to put it in their canon? And it takes place 5 years after the Rise of Palpatine. So good luck with that, Disney. The fact that they, you know what's really funny about this for me is that they've been pumping out so much stuff without being able to move forward, right? And I feel like the Mandalorian and Grogu movie is set to do a little bit of justification work because they already set it all up with the cloning and stuff that they did, right? But Mandalorian and Grogu is set to try, and it's going to try fucking hard to explain the sequels and hopefully give you a little bit of a little bit of that. And then there's going to be something in the Starfighter movie, whether it be an Easter egg or a main part of the plot, that will also assist in that part of the storytelling. The fact that they're going beyond, I mean, good on them for giving this a go. Crazy thing is moving forward from like the sequels, carrying on from that time period and forward from there. It's so crazy to me that the first thing that they're bringing out isn't like the continuation of any of the story. And that's what's so hilarious about this, is that they actually announced the Rey movie, which is supposed to be what comes next after the sequels, 2 years ago. They announced this at, was it this year's Star Wars Celebration? And they've already got, they're already giving us basically an exact time period that this is taking place. We've got the casting. Isn't there even a predicted release date? Yeah, releases in theaters May 28th, 2027. So next year you're going to have Mandalorian and Grogu. What else are they doing next year? What's slated for Star Wars for next year? Like, honestly, I know people really don't care. Like, there's no way that we could have these discussions on Flash. Flash doesn't give a fuck, and I don't blame him. And I don't blame a lot of the audience either. I don't blame a lot of you guys for just not even giving a fuck anymore. Star Wars release schedule. Let's have a look. (2026). I think we looked at this, but God. Whoa, that sounded retarded from me. You want to know what Google's AI says is slated for Star Wars for next year? You've got The Mandalorian and Grogu, May 22nd, 2026, and an as yet untitled Star Wars film on December 18, 2026. Was that supposed to be the Rey movie? Or was that supposed to be the James Mangold movie? Or was that supposed to be the Dave Filoni movie? We skip all of that and go straight to Star Wars Starfighter. What a fucking stupid name as well. That surely can't be it. But we've got Ahsoka and stuff like that too. So hang on one second. Come on, you can't seriously be saying that there's nothing about Ahsoka. Like, we know Ahsoka's next year. I can't find anything that says... Let me just bring this up for a second. Sorry, I know I'm not showing this on screen. While I'm doing this search, I just fucking... So when it comes to movies, all they're really saying, oh my God, no. When was this article released? May 7th, 2025. It seems pretty old, doesn't it? Sorry. My computer just started running really weird. Surely there's got to be something that gives me everything. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Here we go. But that's not a movie, is it? So, we've got Mandalorian and Grogu. Film blah, 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 Din Djarin and fucking crap. It intends to wrap up plot threads from... Oh, my God. Okay, I didn't know this. No. Yeah. It intends to wrap up plot threads from The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, and Ahsoka. That's interesting. But the other thing that they've got coming is the Maul thing. Maul Shadow Lord. It annoys me that it's so close to Shadow Hunter, and it makes me think... yeah, well, it's not the same as the book. It's not the same as the book, Shadow Hunter. At least that. April 22nd. We already had Andor season 2. So we got Ahsoka season 2. Mandalorian and Grogu. Is Ahsoka season 2 supposed to come out before? Wouldn't it be funny if they released them overlapped like they did with what they did this year? Visions 3. Maul Shadow Lord. That goes into the following year. That's not happening. I don't think it's happening at all now. I think that's done. I don't think that's happening either. You got to understand something. These two things were announced 2 years ago, and we've got nothing on them. Nothing on them on whether or not they are actually happening or not. Craziness. Absolute craziness. So just going into some of the cast really quickly for the Starfighter movie. It's so funny that they think Sigourney Weaver is going to make a difference when it comes to fucking Star Wars, when it comes to the Mandalorian and Grogu. Fucking idiots, man. Sigourney Weaver, great actor. She's fantastic. Got to love a lot of the things that she's in. Ghostbusters, fucking Alien, there's a lot of good... She plays a lot of good roles. But just like everybody else that you get that's a good actor or whatever, as soon as you give them a shit script and a shit story, doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter. So, I mean, there's only really 4 main names, and I might be like, I might have seen some of these other people and stuff, and I've never really noticed them. But the only real 4 names that I know is obviously Ryan Gosling, Amy Adams, Matt Smith, and Simon Bird. Everybody else I don't know. Problem is, I think Ryan Gosling's a pretty good actor. I don't really care for him too much, but I think he's fine. Amy Adams, I think she's fine too. I think actually one of her best roles is Arrival. And I don't even necessarily think that's the greatest movie. I don't mind it. I think it's fine. Matt Smith is, I think, one of the like a great actor. I think he's really good, really good. And Simon Bird, I think, in the roles that I've seen him in, does a great job. So, like, it's fine to get good actors. It's fine to get a good cast. It's like, who doesn't like Robert Downey Jr.? Who thinks that Doomsday is going to be a good movie? Do that equation. Do that equation. I could sit here and say every single person on this picture is a really fucking good actor. Doesn't matter if you give them shit scripts, shit story, lore destruction, whatever it is that you fucking end up doing. Star Wars has become a joke. What was this one? Oh, that's basically the same thing, just the names. But there's a couple of names on here that aren't in those pictures. So Flynn Gray, I don't think it was on here. No. Oh, no, there. Okay, so they're there. Yeah, that was there. That was there. It was there. Oh, no, they're all there. Hang on. 1, 2, 3. That's 9 people. Oh, no, there's 9 names there. Fuck. For a second then, it looked like more than 9 names. But there you go. So, do seeing any of these actors inspire you to go and watch, you know, make you think that this could be any good? I think most Star Wars fans right now are sitting there going, nope. I mean, you did a fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi show and completely destroyed the character of Obi-Wan and Vader and fucking that whole story with your insert in there completely destroys the magic between episodes 1 and 2. Episodes 1 and 2. Episodes 3 and 4. Completely. So anyway, that's that. That is that. All right, we got Marvel Zombie trailer to watch, but I think what we'll do first, is this.
I'm all the Jedi.
All right. We've only got three nominees this week. The first one is Star Wars Culture, saying, hot take, Omega is one of the best developed characters in all of Star Wars. See, this is the problem. Her character is so badly put together and formed and everything with the somehow, with no explanation of how they were able to make a female clone of Jango Fett. It's not a clone anymore, really, then is it? And her importance, and like, man, I've watched all of the Bad Batch and I still don't understand any of the importance of Omega. I mean, the only thing that I feel like that they're trying to set up with Omega is that her blood is important to bring back Palpatine, because that's like everything Mandalorian stuff as well, like all the cloning and everything. It is all designed to try and justify, and for some reason, that to me, they made Omega, the source of everything important. And it's just bullshit. So that gets nominee number 1. It is a very hot take. It's a shit take, but it's there. J.I. Akob, of course, gets a nomination this week and says the first Star Wars movie in over a decade was released and somehow defied all expectations. It's so funny that you say somehow defied all expectations. Dude, it was Star Wars. It was back in theaters. Everybody that was a Star Wars fan thought that we were going to get Star Wars. Turns out it wasn't. I feel like so many people have forgotten just how much of an iconic moment this was in pop culture. No, it was an iconic event that happened that started the destruction of one of the biggest IPs in pop culture. That's what it was. It was a moment in time that, dude, you fucking idiot. But Jacob is a fucking idiot. Is this just the trailer?
Nothing will stand in our way. I will finish what you started.
And that got people sort of hyped, didn't it? There's more going on.
There are stories about what happened.
Now, we weren't to know watching this trailer that wasn't fucking Han flying the ship.
It's true. All of it.
Like the friend they did nothing with.
Dark side. A Jedi.
Finn's storyline. I couldn't give a fuck about you now, John Boyega. You fucking sellout, dumb cunt piece of shit.
They're real.
Nothing. Feel nothing. Watching
The
it.
Force. It's calling to you.
Music can't even give me goosebumps.
Just let it in.
Good on you, Jacob. Keep trying. Well done. That's nominee number 2. And nominee number 3 is Annabelle, Star Wars Hype Machine. Says, when you hate her, this is who you're hating, by the way. Yes. Yes. Yes, I hate this character. She's stupid. She's a Mary Sue. She does not belong. Yes, I hate this character. I do realize that when I hate this character, that is who I'm hating. Yes, I hate this character. I really fucking do. She's a Mary fucking Sue. Yep, I hate this character. I especially hate this moment. Being that Chewbacca just walks past her. Oh, it's always the same thing because it's the truth. It's the only thing. Yep. I'm well aware that when I hate her, this is who I'm hating. Thank you for reminding me that I hate this character. Fucking hate her. Well done. I don't think you quite realize what you're saying there. Let's put the poll in the chat. Three nominees. Let's get the votes in. Beautiful. Beautiful. Is Anna still alive?
Girls, they usually have.
She is. She's dressed up. Look. She's all dressed up. She's getting all this stuff ready for her new calendars. If she's still going, we'll shoot the link in the chat when we're finished. She started before me. She's been going for nearly 4 hours. All right. They're your 4 nominees. 1, Star Wars Culture. 2, J.I. Acob. And 3, Annabelle, Star Wars Hype Machine. All right, let's watch. Let's watch. I gotta reshare. Who is that, brother? That is Anna. That's Star Wars girl. If you're not subscribed to Anna, go and subscribe. I'll give her a like on her stream. It's been so long since we've hung out, me and her. Sent her a message fucking the other day going, where you fucking been? I've missed you. She hasn't been on Flashcast in a while. We haven't streamed together in a while. Yeah, she does cosplay calendars. And she's also got an eye project on the go right now where she painted 200 eyes. She's putting them into a little art book. I've got an eye in there. She actually sent me what mine looks like. Let me show you. I'll give you a little sneak peek here. Where is it? She was asking me questions about what she should do with the cover and stuff, whether or not she should put like, she's got like a bit of a thank you message at the beginning. Let me just drag this over. I don't want to show my DMs too much. So that's my eye that she did. See? Eye number 36, Raging Rhino. But like, so I'm not sharing all the DMs. She sent this. I think she already released this. But she was just sort of asking, do I put this in the front page or the back page? I don't know whether or not I'm supposed to share that. So I'm pretty sure I saw it on her social media, but you never know. So, and then like this is the cover that she's looking at doing something like this, which I thought was really cool. The Eye Project. So yeah, if you're not subscribed to Anna, that's Star Wars girl. Go and give her a sub. She's awesome. She's awesome. All right, let's watch this. Now, you know what's interesting? It's got 2.6 million views. It was released yesterday, September 3rd, and it's got 155 up to 3.4 down. So not ratioed, it's actually doing quite well. Zombies.
Is there a virus infecting your system?
All the Avengers are dead.
Yelena with a really bad fake Russian accent.
And they're coming for us.
All right, we got a world to save.
I wonder who that is. Oh, it's Shang-Chi. We've got Shang-Chi, Yelena, Blade that looks like that does. I know that it's Blade, but it looks like he's wearing fucking Moon Knight's outfit. The White Russian, is that his name? I can't even remember. That's Yelena. Who's that? Namor's a zombie.
Shit.
The thing is apparently the only like person that's not a zombie on like the good side, you could say, out of all the heroes that aren't zombies that you would like is Spider-Man. I kind of. Ghost versus Blade. It's Zombie Ghost versus Blade. Yeah, that was kind of cool.
That's how you do that then.
Oh my god, that sounds so bad. That's how you do that then. Are you trying to be Indian? That's how you do that then. What did you say?
Whoa, that's how you do that then.
That's how you do that then. The fuck is that? You know the worst part about this is that there was some shots in there that looked kind of cool. That Superman with his webs pulling fucking zombies. There's some, Marvel Zombies, you could do something pretty cool with it. The problem is that everybody that you've made not be a zombie, no one cares about. You keep trying to make Yelena something. Apparently Ironheart is one of them as well. Who are the heroes in Marvel Zombies? Who are Yeah, thank you. That's the comic book. How cool is the comic book, man? The zombies attack the Silver Surfer, who is overpowered, fucking overpowering the Silver Surfer. Now that's something. And devoured, by several of the former superheroes: Captain America, Iron Man, Giant Man, Spider-Man, Luke Cage, the Hulk, and Wolverine. That's the comic book. So you got the actors' names, characters. I want the characters' names because it makes it easier. You got Elizabeth Olsen, Paul Rudd, Florence Pugh, David Harbrow, Tessa Thompson, Simu Liu, Aquafina. Man, I just want characters. Hold on. Fuck this shit. Why do they make it so fucking hard to find the answer to this question? So oh my god. Okay. So I was watching this. It is Blade Night. I don't know if this is supposed to be a thing or not, but it's basically Moon Knight and Blade in one. I don't know how that works. I don't know how it works, but Blade Knight. Why do they insist on fucking trying to make, like, especially somebody like Elena something? Like, really, honestly, who throws a shoe? Man, I don't like the way my PC is sounding. It keeps sounding like it's winding up, like going really fast, and then it slows down. And like when that happens, I click like exit on something, and it doesn't quite exit properly. Anyway, that is zombies. Oh, there was a little bit more to it. Hold on. I didn't quite finish. There was like one... There's an end credit scene to the trailer. Oh. It was nothing. It's fucking nothing. All right. Let's see. Who's winning Seal of the Week? Let's go back to the poll. Let's take a quick look. Where are we? Oh, I thought that was going to happen. I really did. We got 10 votes. How many people we got here? We've still got 18 people watching. Can we get a couple more? Can we get 2 more at least? Get to that 12. Get to the 12. Let me share my screen again. Let me go through. Come on, lurkers. You're always out there. You always give us that little boost, that little helping hand. So, number 1 is Star Wars culture, saying that Omega is one of the best developed characters. You've got J.I. Jacob talking about the basically the start of the downfall of Star Wars, you could say. And then you've got Annabelle, Star Wars hype machine, basically saying that this is the person that you're hating when you say that you hate this character, which is true. Yep. Answered. I even think even if we get a couple more, what? I was about to say I don't think it's going to make much of a difference, but we just had a vote come in that tied it up. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? We definitely need now 1 more. Come on, we got 11 votes. Can we get 1 more vote? Can we get 1 more vote? Just pick one. Pick one. Oh, we got the 12. All right, that'll do. We're going to end the poll there. Thank you, chat. Appreciate you. We're going to end it there. All right. So, this week, in last place with 8% of the vote was number 3. Annabelle, sorry, not good enough. Still a really, really horrible take. Like, obviously, when you say that you're hating this person, yes, we are saying that we hate that person. Or not the person, the character in the movie. In second place, the runner-up this week with 41% of the vote, very, very close, was Star Wars culture. But of course, the winner of this week's Seal of the Week with 50% of the vote was J.I. Jacob. Congratulations, dude. Once again, you are this week's Seal of the Week.
Hello, the Jedi.
Beautiful. Well done. Big phrase. Seal of the Week is basically like shills that go on social media and put something out there like J.I. Jacob, at least once a week, is putting a stupid take out there about Disney Star Wars and how it's better than normal Star Wars or something along those lines. So we just find them and call them out. and they get nominated for Seal of the Week because they sit there and when they're watching these movies, it's like, oh, or these shows, this is the best Star Wars since the last Star Wars. This is the best Star Wars since that. This is the best since that. This is the best since that. And like they just sit there and literally like, you know, the lightsaber's red, or that's Darth Vader, or he vaded, or something. And all they do when they watch these shows / movies to come with Star Wars is this. They don't have any form of critical thinking. And they just clap and smile and yay, this is Star Wars when it's not. All right. That's it. We are all done. 2.5 hours. I think that's good. Guys, Anna's still live. Come on, where's my $300 super chat and $100 super chat? No, I'm only fucking staring. Go and give Anna a Rhino raid. Drop that in the chat. She's still going. I've been trying to catch up with Anna for the last 2 weeks now at least. She's busy as hell, but I want to catch up with her because obviously she's streaming on this day. I don't want to have as much overlap as we have been having, but also too, I want to try and work something out with her so that we can hang out and actually do some work together, like some sort of collaboration on this day in some way, shape, or form. And it doesn't even have to be every week, but we'll see. We will see. Oh yeah, I know. I know. I need to look like this, right? And put on costumes and no! What happened? Oh. Anyway, go and subscribe to Anna if you're not subscribed. I dare say most people here are. Look, she's got, what, 300 people watching? We got 20. It's all good. But I think there'd be a lot of crossover because Anna, when I was going for that monetization, I can't remember. I was sitting like 300, 400, 500, something like that. She's doing star jumps. Anna. Yeah, and then she helped me. She basically plugged my channel like a comic book and helped get me to the, like, I think we hit like the 700 or 800 mark just from like, I know it was a lot. She helps. She's definitely helped me out a lot. She's a mum. Yeah, she's a mum. Recently became a mum. But anyway, go and subscribe to Anna. That's Star Wars Girl. I'll probably be over there in the chat shortly. I got to get some food into me. I'm starving. But thanks again, everyone, for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, she's like a little sister to me. Like, I met her when I was in America. She's like become more like a little sister to me. She's attractive. She's a beautiful girl. She's a beautiful woman. But I just, yeah, you can have that. Yeah. Don't tell me she's wrapping up. She just finished. She literally just ended the stream. All right, so let's see. Is there anyone else that's streaming right now who we can kind of send you over to? How crazy is that? Fucking everybody was live a couple of hours ago and now fucking no one is. Oh, I'll let you navigate your way around your own internet then. Thank you, everyone, again for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the gift memberships, SWA. I really appreciate that. And Derek, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that as well. The lurkers, thank you for being here. Please do smash the like button and subscribe if you're not. No, you're not. You weren't kidding. You weren't kidding. Stop lying. And then yeah, and then anybody that's come back and rewatched the stream, I appreciate you guys too. You're all awesome. Take care, and we will see you next week for another episode of Casual Rage. Let's see, what are we going to send you out with? All right, guys. Ciao.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing the movie. There's one scene that sticks out, and it probably sticks out for everybody, which is that, you know, have you heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
You'd better put a chick in it. And make it fucking gay as fuck.
Going somewhere?
Put her on a path of her own choosing, so that no matter which direction she takes, we'll always be one step ahead of her.
What?
That is so lame.
They came bounding over.
Fuck off! Disney! You fucking cunt!
A few minutes? Are you kidding? At the rate they're gaining?
No, what is it? You have to shoot this. Traveling through hyperspace is like Dustin Crop's kid. Without precise calculations, we fly too close to a store. They're bounce into a supermarket and then...
Yeah.
It'll be a hell of a mess.
What's that?
Watch. You're losing the deflector shields. Go strap yourselves in. Be careful on the way out.
Yeah, sure. I'm taking very cautious.
You go away.
We bounced too near a supermarket?